Institute of Engineering and Technology.
Hello students, today we are going to discuss about power series and radius of convergence, which is also known as interval of convergence, and it will help you to build that interval of convergence for given series. We have seen positive series, we have seen alternating series, we have seen different types of convergence like our regular convergence, absolute convergence and conditional convergence. But now how to deal with so many different possibilities of series at a time. Like if we have series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 series of all natural numbers, what will be exactly a series which is a scalar multiple of this series? By taking a variable x in this nth term an directly. That means now I am not taking only summation an, but I am multiplying it by x raised to n, and then later on I will define it in such a way that its center is shifted. So this power series enables us to deal with all various possibilities of one series at a time in form of its scalar multiple. For example, if I am taking a series summation an only, it gives me idea about that series particularly with single possibility at a time. But if I multiply it by x and then if I test the convergence, it gives me that for which x my series will be convergent and for which x my series will be divergent. So in place of considering convergence of independent series or individual series at a time, what we can do, we can multiply it by a variable x and we can check for which values actually the series is going to be convergent. And for that reason, we have the concept of power series. This concept of power series in fact is the most useful and the most powerful concept in case of infinite series, as it gives you the power to consider infinitely many series at a time. So our talk will be on defining power series, how to check whether given series or given power series is convergent or not. If it is convergent, then for which values of x it is convergent, and once we have that idea of convergence of power series for certain values of x, we need to combine all those values of x into some interval, and that interval is known as radius, or that radius of that interval is known as radius of convergence, or that whole interval is. Start our first part in this chapter infinite series, that is nothing but power series. As I told you, first of all I am going to define this whole concept. So the concept of power series is something like this. If I want to define power series, I need to first of all fix a center of this series, and that center is initially x0 equal to 0. x0 is the notation of this series center. So the power series is now summation n equal to 0 to infinity an into x minus x0 whole raised to n. If you look carefully from our regular positive series or alternating series, the difference in this series is multiplication of term x minus x0 whole raised to n. That gives you the idea about whole different possibilities of a series in case of multiplication by x. So now in place of considering single series, means a series with a constant, now I am taking series with the variable terms, which will empower us to consider infinitely many series at a time. That's why it is also known as power series, as we are multiplying each and every individual term by the power of variable x. And if I consider a random center of the series, that means now I am shifting my origin from x equal to 0 to x equal to a, it gives me power series as an into x minus a whole raised to n. And this is the expansion of power series about 0, about point x0 equal to a. Here the center of this power series is small a, and all constant coefficients are denoted by a0, a1 up to so on an. Now what do we mean by radius of convergence? If we have power series in our consideration and if we want to check whether it is convergent or not, we have a certain test, and at the end of that test we have the idea about convergence. But now, as we are not considering single series at a time, we are considering a variable series, so convergence is also depending on variable. So we need to discuss for which range of this variable our convergence is generated, and so for that reason I am defining radius of convergence. So the concept of radius of convergence is like this. If we consider a power series about point x0 equal to a, and we can say that this series is with center a and coefficients a0, a2 up to so on, then the radius of convergence is given by, or it is denoted by capital R, which will fall into one of the following three cases. The first is R equal to 0. That means series is convergent for only one point, and that point obviously will be the center of our power series x equal to a. It may happen that capital R is equal to small r. That means series is convergent for all x which are spreaded around our point of center, which is x equal to a, in radius r units. So it is a minus r to a plus r. In this range, if you take any value of x, your series is convergent. This will happen if my radius of convergence is small r. But we can't say anything about the end point. We need to check individually what is happening at end point. Third possible case is r equal to infinity. It may happen that your series is convergent everywhere. If you take any value of x, your series is convergent. So I hope all of you now pretty much clear about this radius of convergence, as it is generated if I take a variable x into the count. Let us take one example. If I take summation n equal to 1 to infinity x raised to n upon 2 raised to n with x greater than 0, and then my condition is to check whether this series is convergent or not, and if it is convergent, then for which x it is convergent. So I need to focus on this series and its convergence, as well as I need to focus on the value of x also. So here you can apply any of our regular test. As we know that x is greater than 0 and denominator is 2 raised to n, that means this whole term individually is positive. That means ultimately this is a positive term series. So we can go for integral test, nth term derivative test, we can go for root test, ratio test, any test. But as far as the radius of convergence is considered, I would suggest you to go for root test or ratio test. First priority must be root test. So here you can see clearly that if I take the root test, I need to go for the nth root of the term. So if I take x raised to n upon 2 raised to n and its nth root, then it will reduce into x by 2. Now as the limit is on index n, my final answer is x by 2. So this is the value of root test. So it is a conditional value at the end of Cauchy's root test, which is x by 2. And we know that the condition for root test is something like this. If the limiting value is less than 1, then the series is convergent. So in our case, I can say that x by 2 is less than 1 for convergent series. And this gives me that if x is less than 2, my series is convergent. So if you look carefully, what we derived at this stage is we are not defining a particular series, we are defining a variable series with help of x. So if I take any value of x, for example, if I set value of x equal to 1, then this series is going to be convergent. If I take x equal to 0.5, then also this series is going to be convergent. That means we have infinitely many convergent series holded by this single power series. And then by taking the second condition of root test, it gives me that x by 2 greater than 1 will result into the divergent case. So if x is greater than 2, this series is divergent. So if I take any value which is greater than 2, if I take, so for example, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4 or any random values which are greater than 2, it gives me divergent series. But now, as x is greater than 0, it is given in the condition, I need to incorporate this 2. So this interval of convergence is from 0 to 2. So if I find the radius of this, it gives me the radius is equal to 1. So the radius of convergence is 1 unit and the interval of convergence is 0 to 2. So this is how you can find ROC for the given series and interval of convergence for the given series. Let us consider one more example, x raised to n upon n factorial. Now again x greater than 0 is given and we want to find radius of convergence. So now I am applying another possibility, which is ratio test. If I apply ratio test, it is an upon n plus 1. So I am taking x raised to n upon n factorial, and in denominator I am replacing n with n plus 1. So it gives me 1 upon x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. By simplifying this, it gives me n plus 1 upon x. Now if n is tending to infinity for any x other than 0, it will go towards infinity, and this simply means that infinity is greater than 1. Now I don't need to worry about that 0 value, as in given condition we have x is greater than 0. So that means for all positive values of x, this ratio test gives me the possibility of convergence, and therefore the series is convergent for all x. So in this case I can say that the radius of convergences are equal to infinity. So I hope all of you now pretty much clear about this power series. Why power series is important? Why we should learn power series? As it holds infinitely many series at a time. By replacing particular value of x, you can generate infinitely many series. And once you have that command of infinitely many series at a time, you should always check for which values of x it is convergent, for which values of x it is divergent. So this was all about power series and its convergence. So I hope all of you enjoyed this particular session of infinite series. In upcoming lecture, we'll see two main parts or the two particular series which will help you to move towards derivative of the function or the approximation of the function. It will also help you to check certain properties and characteristics of the function. We are going to discuss Taylor series, its particular case Maclaurin series, and a new chapter which is Fourier series. Thank you.
LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology.